Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've uploaded. Life has been, how do I even say this? Life has just been a little overwhelming and hectic given certain situations that are happening in my community. I have been quiet here, but very active on my Instagram and my Instagram stories. So if you want to hear from me more often or want to hear kind of my experience on a day-to-day basis, feel free to follow along on Tatcherine, my Instagram, same handle as this channel, and I have it linked in almost all my videos. As much as these times feel really uncertain, one thing that does give me solace is just documenting things and writing about things and finding comfort in small places. And so my journals really are that, and I have a new addition to my journaling kind of ecosystem that I want to talk about, that was kindly sent to me, and I've been trying it out for the last 3 or 4 weeks, so I'm really excited to talk about it and jump into things and be back in this space and hopefully provide a little moment of calm, maybe in a chaotic day, just to kind of turn your brain off and have 20-30 minutes of just talking about a journal. So that's what we're here to do today. I've got the whole gang here just because I always have all 3 of my journals with me everywhere I go, and I thought it'd be kind of good to share about the new edition with and explain kind of why I chose what I chose and adding a 3rd journal into my kind of system here. So as you know, I have my pocket Filofax ring system. This is, my brain. It's my planner, my journal, my diary. So everything happens in here. I carry. This is what I would, I guess, kind of call my everyday carry. Although my new ring system that I'm going to be talking about mainly today is also kind of goes hand in hand. But this is my pocket. You guys have seen her. It's Filofax, and then somewhat new, the size is not new, but this cover is new. I actually filmed a whole unboxing for this new Moterm cover, and I was gonna post it a few weeks ago, and then stuff kind of hit the fan, and it didn't feel right to kind of be chatting about it in that time and place. So yeah, I actually did a whole video on that, but this is my personal ring setup. I used to be in a clear cover, and I moved over to this Moterm leather cover, which I am loving. This is my little safe space. I love it so much, and I am going to be doing a big old catch up for you guys because there's new inserts to talk about. There's new ways I'm journaling in here. There's new decorations. There's so much to talk about and to catch up on. Okay, now to talk about the new edition. So my new edition is a mini rings, and she actually, the reason why I have my wallet in here is because I keep her in my wallet. It's a wallet in and of itself. Is that the right way to phrase it? But sometimes I just grab this, and then I have my wallet, all my major credit cards and my license in here, and then I have a bunch of note paper, lists, all that stuff, and then my pen. So sometimes I just grab this, and it fits in my coat pocket. It could probably fit in my jeans pocket, and everything that all the essentials are in here, but I have some gift cards, my library card, some cash in this. And so the reason why I picked this size, the mini, is exactly for that reason, because I wanted to be able to take just this if I wanted and have everything I need. But if I want a little bit more room, it fits in here. I can fit a lip gloss or a chapstick in here as well. And if I'm just going out somewhere and this is all I need, that's all I need. A little bit about this. This is the, I'm trying to think, maybe how am I going to stack this? Okay, maybe like that. So this is the Me Plus Slimpad. It is the mini size, and it is in 11 millimeter rings. As you can see, this is a Filofax. This is my Moterm. Very, very slim rings, and that is one of the reasons why I thought a mini in this really slim profile setup would be so nice for me because of how just convenient it is, and it fits in my wallet, it fits in my pocket. So I was really excited when Me Plus reached out and asked if I wanted to try it and share my thoughts. So I said yes, and I was able to pick the color and the size and all those little things. It was really fun to choose all of that. Okay, so this is the Slimpad. It's the mini size. It's the Pueblo leather, I believe, and the color is dark brown. I chose the silver 11mm ring size, and they did kindly offer to engrave it for me if I wanted. And so I chose the word lightly, which is taken from the poem that I'm kind of choosing as my 2026 poem. Or, well, it's not really a poem. Excerpt of writing by Aldous Huxley. So that is, I think, pretty much everything about this. I do have the wallet insert in here that they sent along with it here in the back. This has a card holder slot, which I can fit 3 credit. You could probably fit more, but I have my 3 most used credit cards in here. Has the elastic pen loop here. I think they also do offer like a leather pen loop, which if you use a slimmer profiled pen, that might be nice, but I always have a chunky pen. I'm using my Uni 1 P pen here. I think this is the color banana, a 0.5 gel pen. So yeah, they have the elastic that comes in this nice insert that also acts as the pen holder and a card holder. In the front here, I have added these 2 pockets just to add a little bit more functionality and to serve as kind of decoration in here. I don't think I'm missing anything when it comes to details. I use this daily as my wallet, but then also it's just so convenient to have the paper in there with calendar and to-do lists and writing, and honestly I use this for journaling sometimes too. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but yes, it's just so lovely to have something that is beautiful and functional, and I'm really trying to shift from away from using my phone to write things down. So this is if you're looking to replace your notes app with something, this might be a great option for you. And it has multiple functions. So anyway, let's get into it. So the front pocket here and the back pocket are just mini size, I think it's A8 size little plastic envelopes. I got them off Amazon. I'll have them linked. And I have this Polaroid from, when was this? So it would have been my birthday. This is in September with my fiance, and this is actually the spot that we got engaged last February. So we're coming up on 1 year being engaged, and in September on my birthday, we went and revisited, and it was really fun. So that's a Polaroid from that. And then on the other side, I just have my ID. So Me Plus really set me up, and they sent me some inserts as well, inserts that they thought would be useful to me. I kind of explained my idea of how I'd be using it, so they sent me some inserts, which was very kind of them as well. This little fold out, I've never had a fold out insert, which is kind of fun to play with, and it's very cute. This is a fold out kind of whole calendar view of 2026. It's really fun. So you can kind of pull out what you need, because it starts with 2020, so because it starts with January and February here, and you can kind of flip these pages as you need to, or you can pull everything out and look at everything at once. I haven't been using it to write anything down, but it's nice to reference, especially this front one. You know, if I'm on the go and I someone's asking me about something and I just need to figure out, okay, is the 10th a Monday, a Tuesday, a Friday, I'm able to look at that pretty easily. All of my journals are set up the same way, so I always have my calendar in the front, and then we go into the weekly spreads. I don't always use my weekly spreads as ways to map out my weeks. I often use them for different things. And this setup, I use it as my gratitude journaling, because I've tried to be better about either, I don't know, it's not always gratitude, it's just like my little joys of the day. 3 things that bring me joy in the morning, 3 things that bring me joy or comfort in the afternoon. And that was actually an idea that my fiance had, because I really struggle with anxiety. I have ADHD. I have a hard time focusing on good things. And so my my fiance prescribed it to me. He was like, I want you to write 3 things in the morning, 3 things in the afternoon. And as you can tell, I'm not perfect at it, but we're getting there. These inserts are almost like, these weekly inserts are almost like, are pretty thin. They're almost like Bible papers is the best I can kind of attribute it to, but it's very, very smooth and has a really, really nice writing experience. They have held up really nicely. I've used ballpoint pen, I've used a roller ball pen, and I've used my gel pen in here, and all of them have handled really great on here. There's a little bit of ghosting, but nothing too crazy. But again, these weekly spreads are just to hold those, like, you know, daily comforts, joys, gratitude journaling, however you want to call it. I've missed a day or two every once in a while. This little card is a little vintage, like, I think it's a KFC card. It says Edu Cards on here, and I picked this up at Hunt and Gather, which is one of my favorite little places to rifle through things if you're into journaling or paper crafts or junk journaling in any way, shape, or form. Definitely check them out if you're into things that are a little funky. So I've been using this as my little bookmark. I'm a week behind. I need to shift it over, but this kind of has been marking where I'm at with my weekly pages. I also wanted to let you know I have been using this little weekly summary as a way to just write down a little quote or a little song lyrics or a little something kind of for the week to look at. So this was a Beatles song lyrics there. This is an excerpt from a poem. This is another excerpt from a poem and another excerpt from a poem here. Just a little something to kind of break into the week and to look at and kind of ponder and think about. If you've watched my videos before, you know I like my journals to be really scrunched. So the more words on the page is the better in my book. This is my current week. I've been playing around with different pen colors, so blues and reds and blacks. I haven't gotten too crazy, but testing out these gel pens that I got recently, really, really thin. They're 0.35. I've never gone that small before, but I'm liking it. Very detailed and precise, and these particular pens are pretty smooth, which I find can be the thinner you go, kind of the scratchier it can get, but I'm liking these ones, and I'll definitely tell you more about them like as I use them. This is the current week. I missed yesterday. This is today. I still need to rate my PM little joys, comforts, and then we have the rest of the week open here. I have quite a few of these pages in here. Again, these are really nice, thin, almost like Bible paper in here. And so you can fit quite a few inserts, and I think that's a really big plus when it comes to having these really small little rings, is having the thinner paper. You can just get more pages in there. So I have quite a few of those in there. And then after my weekly pages, I have some list inserts, and these are a little bit thicker paper. I have been using these, as you can see, they're kind of all over the place. So some of these at the start are just like my daily to-do lists. If we go over here, we've got some grocery lists. This is again from Hunt and Gather. Another just like a little bookmark that I added in here. Another to-do list. Another grocery list. I need to add more inserts in here, as you can tell. This is a little insert that I've been really loving. This is like a shopping list, a running shopping list. I don't use it for grocery shopping, but I am trying to use it to be better about my spending. So I'm trying to be less impulsive when it comes to like fun things, like non-necessities. So I am trying to, if an idea for a purchase pops into my head, I'm trying to write it down here first, and then I'm letting myself make a purchase on Fridays. So Fridays are the days I get to purchase something fun, so I can put it down here throughout the rest of the week, and then on Friday I can come and look at it and decide what I want to buy. I know that sounds like a little bit sad. I have really bad impulse control and like executive function thanks to my ADHD, and sometimes I just really want that dopamine hit, and then I end up buying things I just don't need, or I buy everything all at once, and it's just not great. So I'm trying to be better at it. I have been leaving the date off until I purchase it, and then if I purchased it, I will put the date that I purchased it on. I like that I can see the prices of things, and I like this specifically of just like having 1 or 2 sheets in here just so that it doesn't get too out of hand. After that insert, I have my just blank pages, and these again are that thinner kind of almost Bible paper. My first page, I knew I wanted to write down that writing excerpt by Aldous Huxley, and I'll maybe put it up on the screen for you, like on the side, so that you can read that if you want. I made an Instagram post about poems that I was kind of bringing with me into the new year, and that was kind of my number one, of just really focusing on taking things lightly and holding things lightly. And I'm someone who's feels really deeply and gets very riled up very, very easily, sometimes by my own cause and sometimes from outside forces, but I'm really trying to still be myself and still be emotional and still be the loving, kind, sensitive person that I am. So that is what is written here at the front. More writing. This is by R.L. Mrilke. Again, like kind of that concept of like kind of commonplacing. I do that in all my books, of writing just little excerpts down everywhere. Like that just is going to be a common thread throughout all of my journals. And then this is I think this is when I started to do actual like Dear Diary journaling in this, and I actually found it so freeing because I have been trying to shift my Dear Diary journaling from being this like chronological archive of like what I did that day to being more like capturing a specific moment. I've shifted from writing in present or past tense to writing in present tense, and it's shifted the way I think about things and how I perceive things and how I write about things, and I've really been liking it. And that was really kind of kickstarted by this and having such a small space to write, and I can write on as many pages as I want, but if I just write one page on my tiny little thing and it's just one paragraph of writing, of capturing moment, like that's enough for me. That kind of scratches that itch of wanting some sort of documentation of my life. It's kind of trickled into the way I've been journaling in my other journals. Sometimes I just journal wherever because it feels right, or I have it open or whatever, but I have been liking the little slice of life journaling that I can do here, and I like the idea of, if I have just my wallet with me and I'm grabbing a coffee, I can write something down, or I'm at the grocery store and something kind of pops into my head, I can write it down. So I really like that kind of the accessibility of having something so small and just portable. So all of these are that. I was playing around with different pens. This stuff at the beginning, I think I was writing with my the Kaweco Sport ballpoint pen, which I ended up really not liking. It looked really nice carried in here, but I just didn't like the way it felt to write with it. And I switched to my Lamy rollerball pen, and that one was just too inconsistent with line weight. Like you can see, this is all written with the Lamy, and then it like becomes really, really thick and then starts thinning out again. And then I think this is where I switched to the trusty old Uni 1, which has not let me down. Grocery list, I ran out of my list paper. I just hadn't refilled it yet, so I was just using the blank space for grocery lists, to-do lists, packing lists. I think this is kind of where I'm nearing an end to it. But yeah, it's just so versatile. I can throw anything at it, and it holds up and feels really functional. And one thing I didn't want, before I was really using my journals on a daily basis, I kind of thinking about having multiple journal setups kind of overwhelmed me, because I was like, well, I don't want it to be repetitive. But the more you use one journal, the more you realize, oh, I could actually use space for other things. And so it builds and it builds and it builds, and that's how you end up with 6 notebooks, and you use them every single day. But before I was like really in the practice and the habit of journaling, I didn't really understand that concept. So yeah, I never wanted this to be a repetition of what I was already doing in these notebooks, and I really think it serves its own purpose in its own special little way. Then I have another one of these clear pouches here. I was keeping some cash in here. I'm not someone who keeps a lot of cash on me, but I had some cash in here. I have a quarter for Aldi, and then this sticker I got from Queenie and Pearl, which is another Minneapolis little boutique. They are doing really great things currently, so definitely check them out. Really have been in support of our community. And then this is a little postcard, a little like I thought it was a cute little Valentine's card because I love Valentine's Day, and it just made me happy, so I stuck that in. Again, that is from Hunt and Gather. We're nearing the back again here, which has our leather card holder and the elastic on here, our elastic pen loop, and our pen. And that is everything. I have been using her again like every single day. When I'm at work, I usually have at least this guy open. Sometimes I have my pocket size, but it's just not cumbersome. It's discreet. It's just really, I don't know. I just really like it. It's also, this leather is like just so beautiful. It feels very luxe, and it's just so convenient, and I've been loving it. I also just feel like so I feel so, what is the right word for it, like mysterious, almost, like whipping this out to pay for my food or my coffee. It's just novel. I think that's the right word. It just feels very novel and special. And if you've been thinking about treating yourself to something like this, I think this is a great option. That is pretty much everything about my new setup, my new addition to my journaling ecosystem. I am the proud owner of the Mini. We have our pocket and our personal, and they all serve their own purpose, and one would not suffice. I had to have all three. If you have any questions at all about the Me Plus Slimpad, please let me know. I will have everything linked in the description box, and thank you again to Me Plus for sending this to me for me to try out, and now it's become just a part of my life. They were lovely to work with. I do know that mine was fully customized. I know that's an option to fully customize. I think they might have some like pre-set up ones to choose from as well. They have lots of different leathers. They have gold rings. I think for the larger sizes they have different size rings as well. So if you are interested at all, please check out Me Plus and their Slimpads. I will have everything linked in the description box. That is everything I have for you guys today. I just wanted to kind of catch you up since this is a new addition to my system. Watch out for more videos coming soon to you guys. I know it's been quiet around here. I love you, and I will talk to you soon.